Yo, I'm your boy EC22, and this is the FairWeather Fan channel, man. Please like, subscribe, share, join the conversation. St. Patrick's Day, if that's the thing for you, I don't even know. I don't even know if we celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I don't even know. I ain't got nothing green on. Hey, you can see a different face on the screen today. It is not Coach D-Way, and it's definitely not J-Dub. But I got another brother on the show, man. My brother from another mother, Marcus Allen, man. Not the football player Marcus Allen. I know y'all something about it. This is the real Marcus Allen. So
Yeah.
what's going on, brother?
What's going on, brother? You all right?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for coming to the show, man. Me and Marcus been talking offline for a while, and been boys, man, for a long time. Look like J-Dub then joined in real quick. J-Dub, can you hear us? Oh, he just gonna jump on the list. Let me take him out. Let me know when you get ready, J-Dub. But yeah, man, Marcus, we've been cool
got
for
the
a
heavy
long
hitters.
time. You said what? Oh man,
I said we got the heavy hitters. You and J-Dub, man.
Hey, man, yes, sir. I'm waiting on him to show his face. I don't know if he just listened. Let me see if it.
Those two exchangers.
Oh, yeah, he's behind the scenes. We'll let him do that. But man, me and Marcus I've been trying to get him on this show for a minute. But hey, he's here now. So hey, let's go ahead and get started, man. Let me check on J-Dub one more time and see if he's ready. J-Dub, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be on.
Okay,
I just want to listen.
Oh, got you, brother, man. All right then. But yo, so Marcus, man, let's go ahead and jump into the show, man. First of all, no, I gotta do this justice. Marcus, introduce yourself to the world and the people that are watching the FairWeather Fan channel.
My name is Marcus Allen. I'm from Houston, Texas. I met Eric Curtis in Dallas, Texas, when I was staying in Dallas, and he told me about the show, the podcast that he had with the FairWeather Fan, and I checked out a few episodes, and I told him about my background in sports, football wise. I got a scholarship to Boston College. I played with Matt Hasselback, when he was at Boston College back in the day. Our coach was Tom Coughlin, who was the New York Giants coach for a little while. So, and so I got a chance to play against Warren Sapp, Ray Lewis. So my background is in football. And so when I heard about the podcast and actually saw the podcast and what you were doing, I said, man, just let me jump on, man. Let me say something, man. Let me just be blessed with the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? And so
man,
you also a brother.
You, man.
You also a brother in the Lord, man. I love you, man. So I said, man, let me contribute, in any way, that I can. I might not be as knowledgeable as you in certain areas, but I'm a flow with you, man. We gonna go.
Man, it's all good, man. Since we know you know football, man, let's jump on with some breaking news we had just earlier today. Jalen Waddle had decided to sign with the Broncos. The Broncos went out there and put a deal out there to move Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins, and this is going viral. This is blockbuster trade. What do you think about this whole Jalen Waddle going to join that team that should have won a Super Bowl last year?
Man, I think it's a good deal. I think it's a good deal. The Broncos, you said they should have what? What'd you say?
I think if the Bo Nix wouldn't have got hurt, they would have won the Super Bowl. That's what I think.
You think so?
I think so. But
I'm a Texans. I'm a little biased. I'm in Houston right now.
Yeah,
and that Texans defense, how potent that Texas defense was. And I think that just quarterback wise, Stroud, man, he was going through some things at the end. But if he can get back on track, I think we're gonna be pretty deadly.
So you believe if Stroud wasn't in his whatever he was in, they would have went to the Super Bowl?
Oh, I know so.
Okay.
You think when you think about it historically speaking, defense. The term defense wins championships.
Yeah.
If you have a good defense and a good quarterback, a solid quarterback, and some solid receivers, a good running game, you Super Bowl bound. So but I'm biased. Like I said, I'm a little biased.
Well, we everybody knows that Houston defense was probably the top defense in the whole league. But that Denver defense wasn't too far behind.
No, you're
And then
right. No, you're right.
you get Bo Nix out of there, right, as a quarterback, and then all of a sudden now you get him healthy. You bring because here's the thing, Marcus. The Jets, I mean, the Broncos was one of the only teams that had not made a free agent move this whole time until signing Jalen Waller. So they was committed by running the gamut, running back again. So bringing back their defense, bringing back whatever team they had, and then all of a sudden in the blockbuster trades, you go add another weapon to a team that already had weapons. You know what I'm saying? And they're coached by guys.
I agree.
So, I mean, they can really do something, you know. So let's go to the comment section right there. Jonathan G, what's up, my boy? D-Way said, good day, mates from a land down under. You from Sydney, Australia. Oh, man, hey, bring me back an alligator. Don't come back like my alligator. I need to make some boots with him.
Yeah.
But no, when you're looking at this trade, Marcus, real quick, giving up the Denver Broncos giving up their first round pick, which is number 30th, and then giving away I think a third round and a fourth round pick. Was that too much to add to this roster, giving up a first round, third, and fourth round?
That's a when you talk about first round, you talking about an impact player. And so the third and you said the third and the fourth round
Third and fourth round,
yeah. That's I think it was a good deal. I think it was a good deal. But that first rounder, that you talking about an impact player when you giving up a first round pick, But I think it was overall. I think it was a good deal.
Yeah, one of my brothers said he think they gave up too much for it, but I'm looking at that that first round pick right at the 30th overall. So they must have been thinking, right? Is Jalen Waddle?
Oh, they had the 30th. They had the 30th.
They had the 30th pick, right? It wasn't like they had the 30th pick. So they must have realized that getting Jalen Waddle was better than anybody they could pick at number 30, wide receiver wise, right? And that's the only way I can think they was thinking on that, man. But that's the breaking news, man. Let's go ahead and jump to the WNBA real quick, man. I know this is a subject that a lot of people are not versed on, but I want to kind of give you guys an update on what's going on with the WNBA. They're in their collective bargain agreement year, and Kathy Eagleberth came out 2 weeks ago and said, "Hey, you know what? When the players union pushed back the offer, the proposal, she came back and said, listen, March 10th." Either we gonna get a deal done on March 10th, or there will be either a lockout or an abbreviated season. Like she just put her foot down. But a lot happened since then, right? So those you don't know, prior to her saying that, we seen the Unrivaled League, right? The women's professional 3-on-3 league just continue to grow, continue to climb. Had a great successful year, not as successful as the one last year, but eyes are watching, man. They had a formula, great contest with those women out there. And then you turn around, you finally get a revenue from the WNBA that you haven't had. A $16 million revenue, which currently the players get 50% of that share, which about 10% come to them. So $8 million of that money gets shared between the current 14 WNBA teams. I mean, the 13 WNBA teams. So that's where they are right now. They didn't have a revenue share. They didn't expect the Unrivaled to be successful as it was the first year, in the second year. So all that's happened. And so now March 10th has come and gone. And they haven't locked out the season. They're still in negotiation. So you're talking about this is going on day 7 of late night, early morning negotiations. You being in that area of sports, what do you think is possibly happening between the union and the WNBA league officials that they can't get a deal done within these 7 days?
If they can't get it done within the 7 days?
Yeah, like there's a lot going on, because when you have a commissioner say March 10th is the cutoff date and then it come and goes and they ain't move, like what's really at stake here?
Yeah. And see, you dealing with the NFL, I know from a collegiate level, everything that was going on that I had to deal with, or the coaches and stuff like that. But this is, when you're talking about the WNBA, that's a different level.
It's a different level. I've been digging some research, Marcus, and I love to educate people on what's going on. So, but I can't do it without doing it in the old EC22 fashion. I got to throw some shade on somebody. And the person I want to throw some shade on is one Stephen A. Smith. And I appreciate our guys from the because we kind of do the same thing in media and stuff, but they're on a more mainstream level. I'm on the podcast era. But here's the thing about Stephen A. Stephen A. Smith got out there and he talked to some of the women out there and said, hey, you guys got to get this deal done. Basically telling the women, accept the deal that's thrown out there, right? And it was a good deal, right? And we'll talk about that in a minute. But the one thing he said, he made it seem like that the women, the players, don't want to have a lockout. In his words, he said, all the momentum, all the energy you guys have gained within these last couple of years will be for nothing and will go down the drain if you guys don't have a WNBA season next year. And he alluded to baseball by talking about when the World Series got canceled, and then you turn around a year after that and you had these I think it was a Mark McGuire and I forget the other guy. They was trying their best to chase the home run record. So that brought a lot of more eyes and visibility back to the Sammy Sosa, right? Yeah. Brought a lot of visibility back to the MLB. And he said the women don't have that type of history to hang on. And I want to remind our brother, dear brother Stephen A., and educate the rest of you who may be thinking the same thing. The history that we have in the WNBA is right now. You're seeing it with your own eye. We have never seen this level of talent at one time in the league. You're talking about from 2024 to 2026, you're getting an expansion team. You're getting ready to get 2 more next year, and all the level of talent. See, the Aaliyah Boston's and the Kelsey Plums and the Asia Wilson was already in the league. But you get, but social media takes over, right? You get the Caitlin Clarks, Angel Reese's, and all them guys right there. They're bringing visibility. Paige Becker, they bringing all that energy and that fanfare, which make this thing go up. Now you got people like, we waiting on Juju Watson to get healthy, right? You're looking at Azzy Fudd. You're looking at Floja. You're looking at Livia Miles. All these girls that are currently playing right now that's coming to the league. And here's the thing, Marcus. You're talking about Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Beckers. Just to stop with those 3, right? They had NIL deals that was more than a WNBA salary.
I don't know if y'all talked about that, but you can do a show alone on NIL deals.
Oh, NIL deal, right?
And I think y'all need to do that off NIL deals alone. Nowadays, these players are saying like, look, we're gonna stay, like the quarterback at Ole Miss. You understand what I'm saying? Like what he's gonna be getting paid. Like these guys are staying in the league because they know that, hey, they can make more money in the league. I mean, I'm sorry, they can make more money in college than they can on a rookie contract. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like the whole game has changed. I remember when I was going to school, we didn't have the NIL deals. We didn't have, so it was a different, I can't discuss all the details, but there were certain boosters doing certain things. And so it was just a lot of, I mean, and I'm talking about NCAA wide. I'm talking about NCAA. I'm not talking about Boston College specifically. I'm talking about just all the different schools. There were situations to where I had friends that would, Eric, that, would go to a certain college. They come home. They were on scholarship just like I was. We come back to Houston, and they would come back in a nice foreign vehicle. And I'm just keeping it real. They would come back with a nice foreign vehicle, and I would ask them how they got that vehicle. And they would tell me that, hey, they had a summer job where they were working and making $200-300 an hour. I've never worked a summer job where I was making $300 an hour. You see what I'm saying? But that's what was going on. So, but it's totally different now, man.
And that's the game that the WNBA. That's the game the WNBA has to be aware of, because, like I say, these women typically were staying in college 4 years, right? But when they leave college, their NIL deal don't end. So they're still making, because the endorsements follow them even into the league. And these women are choosing to still come to the WNBA when they literally can sit down and still make money, right? They can go overseas. Well, they got to play, right? They can go overseas and make a lot of money, because we see what overseas, right? They go over to make all these millions of dollars. They don't have to pay room and board. Basically, they go over there and just basically get free money, right? But yet they want to bring these players back stateside, and that's where how we are right now, right? Before there was the NIL deal, right now the league had a lot of leverage, right? But I think now the history is right here. another little fun fact about the WNBA and their players, right? When we're talking about leverage, right?
Mm-hmm.
The leverage the players have is, like I said, is the fact that when you look at the Juju Watsons who'll be coming out a year after next, well, next
You
year,
said
and then you're looking
leverage,
at
right? You said
the
leverage,
leverage,
right?
right?
Okay,
The
yeah.
players have leverage based on the growth, the viewership.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yes.
you lock out a season, think about those Flo J. Johnson fans, those Azzy
Yes.
Fudge fans, those Lauren Betts fans. They don't get to see,
Caitlin Clark.
the Caitlin, all them fans, they don't get to watch
Yeah.
that built this league, right? The fans build the league, right? That's
Yes.
the leverage they have. And understanding that you can't treat the WNBA like the NBA, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because
Definitely.
going back, so the leverage that the NBA have right now is 42% ownership by NBA teams. Like you have 42% of the league that are owned and operated by NBA teams. Other 42% are owned by independent owners of the WNBA. Then that 16% fall under just independent investment groups that own some of these teams, right? And then you got the expansion teams that are coming out there, right? The leverage that the league has is that 42% by the NBA because they're going to try to keep running this league like the NBA, and you can't. This is a league, when you start looking at things like NASCAR, who don't get the mainstream viewership like NBA and NFL and MLB, right? Golf, tennis, they don't get the same viewership, right? Because everybody talking about the viewership, right? NASCAR, Formula One, tennis, golf, they don't get the same viewership, but they are multi-billion-dollar league, right?
Wow.
So they're ran by investors. Now and what the Unrivaled League showed them within 1 year, when you got Breonna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, what they went out and did and got investments to invest in their 3-on-3 league, and they turned a profit in the first year, and they exceeded their expectation by 300%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here, everybody keep talking about, well, the women's basketball is not intriguing, it's not fun. But then when they went out there and betted on themselves with the Unrivaled League, they were able to turn a profit in 1 year. So they're showing them like, hey, the women are showing, hey, people are watching basketball or women's basketball. It's just the way that y'all market it. Y'all trying to market us like the NBA, and it ain't gonna work, right? Go ahead, Mark.
I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm just gonna be honest, and I know you probably. I don't know how you feel regarding this. You probably feel the same way. When Caitlin Clark was making those 3-pointers from the logo.
Yeah,
that's actually when I started watching the WNBA. Yeah, and I'm just keeping it real. Not saying that I didn't watch a few games here and there, but when she started hitting those shots and those 3-pointers from the logo, I was like, whoa, what's going on here? And that opened the door up to me watching Angel Reese.
Yeah,
in the rivalry, that was going on with that. And I started watching a little more UConn ball. Of course, UConn. UConn is UConn. So I've watched with Gino and Tarasi and all them. In the past, I've watched them. But I mean, Caitlin Clark really opened up. Whether somebody is a Caitlin Clark fan or not a Caitlin Clark fan, you got to give her credit for really opening up the WNBA and allowing a lot of people to really spark their interest, regarding the WNBA.
He said, Johnny just said, if it's other leagues or opportunities to play and make more money than the WNBA, number one, what's the issue with playing in those leagues? And number two, like the idea of them earning from. Well, I mean, the thing about it is like it's called what's the word? They can get blackballed, right? The heavy hitters, the people that control the money, they can shut it all down, right? Like I said, that 42% because what people don't understand, when the WNBA first came into being in 1998, when they started this thing in 97, building the framework for it, it was that the WNBA was branded as the female version to the NBA, which means the teams they had it then was directly linked to an NBA team. And when the NBA team and owners got tired of, not going to say get tired, they didn't have the energy to put into the WNBA because it was kind of like the stepchild of what they was trying to do, trying to put all their energy into getting their male franchise off the ground, the NBA. they started like, man, we're not really giving these women the same attention as due. So what it did was they sold those teams. A lot of them sold those teams to independent investors. And that's when the WNBA opened up. I think it was around like 2001, 2002. You know what I'm saying? Just a few years later. And so now, once you got these independent investors, they can do whatever they want to do. But yet those other teams that remain owners now is like, hey, you know what? We still got to keep the framework because we don't want to reinvent the wheel, right? But I think living under that narrative and under that type of system has hurt the NBA, the WNBA growth, because you market it the way it is. You remember the whole campaign, We Got Next? Like that was like telling us that, hey, man, you know, we're just as good as the men. And we watched for the first time. You're like, okay, they ain't dunking. You know what I'm saying? They ain't throwing alley oops. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't see too many triple doubles out there. And so when you look at it at the same lens, it's not going to work. But when you take all the NBA away from it, right, and look at it for what it is, women's basketball, you can find an appreciation for it, right, if you choose to, right? And that's kind of, but the ones who didn't think it could stand up, those are the ones who was the naysayers. Those are the ones who was like, no, let's keep it where it is. Let's give them a piece of chump change right there. But when the women invested in themselves back last year and said, you know, we can create our own, that's great. Now, the Unrivaled League has the potential to take over for the WNBA, right? But nobody wants to see a 3-on-3, right? We want to see 5-on-5, right? So the Unrivaled as a supplementary league works, but trying to compare it to the WNBA, they're going to need it, right? But both sides have some leverage, right? But I think I beat that dead horse, man. Let's move on, because y'all know I'm going to get on my soapbox about the WNBA. I want to throw this out there real quick, man. This cat, Mark, let me ask you an honest question. Victor Wembanyama. This cat has resurrected the 1990s mentality. This cat, when we saw him doing the All-Star, when we saw him doing the All-Star game, he let it be known, like, we come here to play. All the other stuff y'all been doing.
You talking about right off the bat with the dunk.
Right off the bat, setting the president, like, we came here to play. We're going to play defense. We're going to win. And he set the president, and then guys like Anthony Edwards followed suit, and even Kawhi Leonard followed suit, right? Now, the San Antonio Spurs the other day just won 50 games, which usually is the benchmark to say, hey, we really had a great season. Victor Wembanyama said, I ain't satisfied with 50. I want 60.
Yes.
So this mentality, Mark, what do you think about this young man, 22-year-old mentality? We haven't seen like this in a long time, a mentality like this.
Well, it's nothing but respect for him, man. He what stands out to me is his humility. Willing to learn, knowing the history of the game. I think, he's had conversations with Akeem Olajuwon, and took some, I don't know if it's, he got some training from Akeem Olajuwon. Didn't they work out together or something like that? I believe it. And so, just his humility, not, wanting to know the history of the game, wanting to get better, having that hunger and thirst, and then, like you said, his competitiveness. In the All-Star game. He's like, this is not a normal All-Star game, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put this twist on it, and then, Pop, just looking through, looking at the news, I saw Pop coming back, and giving him some tips, because, Pop, he started with Pop. You know what I'm saying? So with that alone speaks volumes. So he's getting the correct foundation. He's getting the right building. I mean, he's learning from the best. So his foundation is solid. So I got nothing but praise for him. I think I just want him to keep that humility. You know what I'm saying? Because in sports, whether it's on a collegiate level, whether it's on an NFL level, even in Pop Warner, when your head gets big and you think that you're bigger than the team, that's self-destruction. We've seen a lot of people self-destruct, regardless of how you feel about Michael Jordan, whether you like him or whether you don't like him, whether you think he's the GOAT or whether you don't think he's the GOAT. There's some common denominators with players like Michael Jordan, with Kobe Bryant, with whoever it may be, and that's humility. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying humility when it comes to learning the game. If you notice, like they always say, I haven't reached reached my ultimate goal yet. You understand? There's always a hunger and thirst to get better and better. And when you have that, and that's what I see with him. with Vic. If
I
you
want
have
and I
that,
want to
it's really valuable.
I'm gonna piggyback off what you said because a lot of people may be screaming to the top of the lungs because of the recent footage we've seen of Michael Jordan with the documentary that came out, The Last Dance, and some people will think that humility is far from Michael Jackson. I mean, from so far from Michael Jordan come out humility. But the one thing Marcus pointed out for those I want to is humility for the game and his position in the game, right? Because when you're at a performance-based business, right?
I'm not talking about life. I might not be talking about life, but for the game, that's what I'm glad you clarified that. I'm glad you clarified that.
He's never not but his humility for the respect of the game. And that's different.
There you go.
We see them in their life like a LeBron James who the way he treats his wife and the way he treats his kid, right? And he grabs his big fanfare for that, right? Oh, he's such a great guy in that aspect, right? But that's life. But when it comes down to the hardwood, he lacked humility for the game. Because when you have humility for the game, you understand what it entails. Like getting into a dunk context for the fans, right? Understanding that there is a position that you have. You can't control every aspect of the game, right? While you're a player, right? Be a player, let them do their thing, right? There's some player empowerment that we appreciate that he brings, but this whole narrative of trying to control every step of the way, that takes, because every player can't do it, right? That's lack of humility. You want to be able to say, if I can do it, you can do it too. But that ain't a true statement with LeBron James. Everything he do, everybody can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's when Jordan understood, like, I'm not going to ask for too much money. I'm going to ask for money. If you don't give it to me, I'd rather walk away. He had all the leverage. He could have got the money, right? But I respected the game for the people that's got to come behind me, right? There's a time and a place for everything, and Jordan understood that, right? You know? Let's get into some March Madness because that's what you guys are here for. Let's talk about some March Madness, man. We are here, and it's about to be crazy. It's about to go real fast. So we all filled out our brackets, Marcus. We all come to this time and fill out our brackets, and we want to see if we're smart guys, whatever. We don't know, right? But I want to talk about the most common bracket mistake people make every year. Like, what is that one mistake that most people make every year, in your opinion, when filling out a bracket? The one mistake most people make when filling out a bracket every year.
Oh, man, that's a good question. Well, we don't factor in the sleepers. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we're textbook. The ones are going to go to the third round. Sometimes we're always textbook, but we don't know about the St. John's. I mean, we know about the St. John's with Zuby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We know about the St. John's getting 7 blocks in the conference championship. You know what I'm saying? We got to factor that in. St. John's winning 6 straight. You understand what I'm saying? The momentum that's going. And so we don't either. I don't know if we're either scared to, put that in our bracket, that they're advancing to the next round or that they're going to advance to the next round, or are we just saying, like, let me just stick with the clear cut. Let me stick with the number ones, the number ones making the Final Four. Let's stick to that. So I think forgetting about the sleeper.
That people pick with their heart. Hey, yeah. I'm gonna say it this way because everything you said was correct. Like people picking with their heart, people not picking the sleepers. All that comes down to, in just my opinion, you can't. The most mistake that people make with picking out a bracket is not having watched basketball until now. Because if you haven't watched NCAA basketball right now, they wouldn't have seen the game you talk about when old boy got 7 blocks to understand that even though St. is a number 6 seed, that don't mean they're going to be an easy win, right? Based on their defense, right? And who they got over there, right? But if you ain't watched basketball until now, you're trying to get everything in your highlights and try to listen to the guys on mainstream media. That's the biggest mistake people make because you're going to get up there and just go, like you say, ones get to the Sweet 16, and then from there it's then come with G. You going with the favorite team, your alma mater, or you winning with your heart. Like those are the common mistakes. And you want to know how I know? Because that's me. Podcast, I got to be honest with you guys. There's so much going on right now. I don't oftentimes get to watch a lot of the games. Now, this year it was different. I dove in this year, but a lot of times prior to this year, I wait till the tournament, start trying to do highlights, start trying to get on these sports shows.
That's right.
But I'm like you. I go 1-1-1-1 the first round, 2-2, like all of, and I go with the higher seeds until like the Elite 8, and then at that point, it's like, okay, is my Big 12 team still in there? Because I'm a Big 12 fan, right? And then when I get to the Elite Eight, I'm going to root for all my Big 12 teams. So that's kind of how I usually don't make no mistake. But at the end of the day, Marcus, it's your bracket. You do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. No, you're right about that. You're right about that.
Which double T, for those who are watching, and Marcus, man, which double-digit seeded team that you think that can make the Sweet 16 run, men's and women? I got my picks, Marcus. You got a chance to think about that. A double-digit seeded team that can make a Sweet 16 run, men and women.
Ah, man.
There's some good ones out there.
I would say USC.
Okay.
I'm going USC with the women.
Okay.
Are they 10 or 9? What are they?
I think they may. I don't know.
Are they 10?
Let me see who I got over in mine. I think I don't know. I got to pull it up, but yeah, they may be 9 or 10. I know they're close. I know they're down there without our girl playing, but it is what it is.
Yeah, with the men, man, that's a tough one.
So let me see where I got on mine.
Go
right
ahead,
now.
go ahead. You can go with yours.
If you guys are in the feed, man, y'all go ahead and jump in and tell me which one your team. So I got for the women's. Wait a minute, did I not fill that out? Oh my goodness. Man, I'm sorry, y'all. I messed that up. Somehow mine's got erased. But I think I got a VCU. Oh yeah, I do. Tennessee. I'm so sorry. Tennessee women's. I forgot about the Lady Vols because they're in the SEC and SEC. Yeah. I think they're either number 10 or number 11. The SEC is so hard right now, and I think that because of the SEC is so tough, they're a really good team. But because conference play pushed them down, they got down to a double-digit seed. But I think there are some teams. I got them actually making the Sweet 16. And for the men, I got VCU. I think and I got Texas A&M making it to the Sweet 16 for the men. VCU is one of those teams that I think that people are sleeping on, but I think they can get there. I think they can upset some teams out there. Let's see what the comment section is saying. Oh, Fly Summer. Gee, they're number 2.
Come on.
Come on, man. But they're number 2 seeded team.
Gee, they number 2.
Yeah. University of H. Yeah, I got them winning all.
I'm going with U of H. Who is that, man?
That's Jonathan G, man. That's OG.
Hey, I like you, Jonathan. I'm going with U of H, man. Hey, when you said 5 Slammer Jam, I already knew what you was talking about, man.
Yeah, but I think that
I'm going with U of H.
That Tennessee women's Vols team, right? They got a little controversy. Came out one of their players, man, and that's a conversation for next week, man. But let me go say that for those who know what the young lady said, she is right. And what she was talking about that real quick, that the LGBT like representation of the LGBT community at a younger age is not cool. She said that at least wait till these young women get of age and basically determine for themselves. Representing this stuff in front of young women is not cool, right? And we all know with the WNBA, right? A lot of these women in the WNBA, we know they have alternative lifestyle. I mean, in women's basketball have alternative lifestyle, but in college, they're not able to technically come out of the closet while they're still in college, right? That was a big issue with Malaysia Flawali over at LSU, where her coming out, and that became a big stink, right? But before, it wasn't a rule. It was kind of like an unwritten rule that women couldn't come out. And so with her making a statement, she's like, hey, listen, let them get of age to determine what they want to be and how they want to live their life. And I more than agree with that statement. But for those of you who feel like that was kind of slapping the face to world progression, this is basketball. This ain't about world. It's about, little kids being able to decide for themselves. But I stand with her. But she played for the Tennessee Lady Vols, man. I think they're going to be a sleeper in the Sweet 16. Moving on to the next, because John G. Somebody said, I'm a homer. I'm not saying. So I'm going with, he said he's going with all the Texas teams.
He's going with the Texas teams.
Yeah. Who are some of the?
I'm gonna tell you this. Is he talking about with? So he's saying women's and men's.
Yeah.
Is that what he's talking about? Okay. Yeah.
But I don't think he's watching women like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, UT, man. UT is nice in the SEC with the women.
Y'all better watch out.
UT. You got to keep in mind, UT beat South Carolina twice.
Yeah.
South Carolina has 3 losses, and 2 of them are to UT.
Yeah. So one of them Oklahoma.
UT is, hey man, UT.
Yeah.
But UConn, with the women,
we gonna get on them because I got a lot to say about that,
man.
right?
Yeah.
Who are some of the potential players that can take over the NCAA tournament, men's and women? And I got, you have the people like the Audi Crooks that people are talking about, the Hannah Hill Doggos, Hannah
Mm-hmm.
Crooks from Iowa State. Then you got Hannah Hill Doggo from Notre Dame. But I got some other
Yeah.
names there that I think will potentially take over. And for the women's side, man, I'm looking at people like you said, Texas. Our girl Madison
Yeah.
Booker. She has the
Yeah.
potential. I don't think people looking for Texas. Yeah, they beat South Carolina in the NCAA championship, but people are still looking at Joyce Edwards to be a complete takeover for this league. And I watched Jade. I've been watching her all season long, and even her running mate.
Yeah.
I think we sleeping on Madison Booker.
Mm.
Sarah
Yeah.
Strong is their standout player, but I still think we're looking at the girl who's coming out this year, Azzy Fudd. I think they can run this thing.
Fudd. Fudd has some experience.
Man,
Fudd has that experience.
And then I'm looking at
Sarah
Lauren
Strong.
Betts.
What about Strong?
Sarah Strong, right? So we expect Sarah Strong, right? Obviously, because of the position, stuff like that. And she's younger. She got next year to come out. But I think Azzy Fudd is that sleeper. I think that because she pretty much, we talk about the Paige Beckers last year, but we forgot about how Azzy Fudd, when Paige wasn't on, Azzy Fudd stood in the gap. Complimented her, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so that's kind of how they went. And plus, Azzy Fudd was hurt at the beginning of last year, but then she kind of found her way into the thing. And now you're like, she gonna probably be the number one overall coming out if the women have a league. And then Lauren Betts. I don't know why people haven't talked about the big girl from UCLA, man, this year like they haven't, like Audi Crook.
Yeah, that girl.
But man, she's still Lauren Betts. She's still Lauren Betts.
Yes.
She can still do their thing. Now, when it comes down to the men's side, I think we all agree when it comes down to the men's side, because we want to look at the AJ Bedancer from BYU and stuff like that. But man, when it comes down to just what Darius Acuffer Jr. is doing, what Darren Peterson is doing, and what and the pick I got obviously is the kid from Duke, the Cameron Boozer.
Boozer.
Yeah. I like him.
He's nice.
But I mean, I'm a Kansas guy. So, when you start talking about Darren Peterson, I'm all in. Big 12 all the way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Big 12 teams.
Oh, Kansas.
Man.
Oh, you talking about Peterson?
Peterson, yeah, Darren Peterson.
But you talking about Peter? You saying Peterson's a freshman. You got AJ from BYU's a freshman.
Yeah.
You got Boozer is a freshman.
Yeah.
That in favor for National Player of the Year. Hey, man, these freshmen are taking over, man.
We know they all want it done, so, But when you start looking at point guard play, right? Because when you look at point guard play being the premium spot in college, right? To run it, to take over a tourney, the balls be in their hands. We like our odds with Darren Peterson and Darius Acuffer Jr. That's a given, right? The AJ Bedansters, man, I like him, but like I say, 6'9", he could be a point guard in the league. That's crazy. He could take over too. I just don't see BYU going that far. That's my only problem with not picking him.
Let me ask you this, man. Is it because I know you D-Town and you my brother, I love you, and when we supposed to be representing Texas, you didn't even bring up Fleming, from U of H or Sharp. You didn't say anything about my U of H boys, man. What's going on with that, man? I know you. It's starting to come out in the podcast. See, I know you. For all those listening, I know E. I know Eric Curtis very well.
And I knew this question was going to come up.
Sometimes he hates on H-Town.
I don't hate on, because once again, they're Big 12, right? The reason why I didn't pick them, right? Because they win by committee. We're talking about they win by committee. You know what I'm saying? Because the question, like the potential players, like we're looking at that one player that can take over the league. You're not going to have one player take over Houston, right? Until we get into the Elite Eight and the Final Fours, then obviously it's going to come down to that, because, a lot of film has been looked at and stuff like that. But you talk about when you're looking at what Darren Peterson is doing and what Darius Acuffer, like literally they can. Now, I don't got neither one of them teams to win it all. I got Houston to win it all, right?
Oh, you got Houston to win it all?
I got Houston to win it all. I'm a Big 12. I got Houston and Arizona in the finals.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm gonna
tell you the same thing about Arizona.
I'm going for Houston, but I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on St. John's. Keep an eye on St. John's. I keep telling you this guy, man. I keep telling you, because you know what? Check this out. Check this out, E.
Yeah.
Coaching.
Yeah.
Coaching.
Yeah.
You know how we have a tendency to talk about the players? Yeah. Think about it. We highlight the players. Why don't we highlight coaching?
Yeah.
Rick
Yeah.
Pitino.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rick Pitino. You understand what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
coaching goes a long, long way. You know how we always talk about these players. I think the way they're playing and this, and that. Hey, man, you have some phenomenal coaches that
Facts.
are
Facts.
and Rick Pitino.
Yeah.
Oh man, what he did against Hurley in the
Yeah.
in the conference finals.
Yeah.
Man, hey, he did his thing, man. I mean, coaching wise, I mean, you know, he's a legend.
And it's
So
funny
when
that
you
you
have
said
some of these
St.
legends,
John's. It's funny that you said St. John's because about
I'm
a
saying
month
just don't
ago.
slip on them. I'm just
No,
saying
no,
don't
no, no,
slip on
no.
'em.
Because
Yeah.
any of those who watch this show on a regular basis, y'all know the question that was asked about 3 weeks ago. And D-Way asked me the question. He said, Eric, which team do you think people are sleeping on? And this was this for March even hit. This was back in January. And I said,
Uh-huh.
hey, St. John's. I said,
Oh, you
because
saying that? You said
I
that?
said
Okay.
St. John's. I said, because their
Yeah.
path within the Big East, I said, their path in the Big East is wide open. Because I
Yeah.
didn't think
Yeah.
the UConn men was I mean they're UConn men, right? But I felt like they were
Yeah.
the better team in the Big East, and so I've been picking.
Yeah.
I ain't been sleeping on them. I ain't been sleeping
Oh,
on
okay.
St. John's,
Okay.
right? And
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm just letting you know. I just want to y'all can show the receipts. Y'all you go back and pull that video up. Hey, now here's one that's gonna get a lot of people upset right here.
Yeah.
Which number one seed has the most pressure, men and women? And
Arizona. Arizona or Duke for the
ooh,
men. Arizona
ooh,
or Duke for the men.
okay,
For the women, uh, uh, for the women, it's got to be UConn. 34 and
okay,
0,
yeah,
34 and 0, and they
yeah,
have you know, UConn.
yeah,
Okay? UConn is UConn.
yeah,
Powerhouse. Remember the
yeah,
powerhouse used to be Tennessee.
yeah. Back in the
Now
day,
the
yeah,
powerhouse, well,
you,
I would say the powerhouse now would be South Carolina.
yeah.
But UConn has the
In modern
history.
time, right?
Yeah,
UConn got
modern
the
time.
history, right?
UConn, but history wise,
Yeah,
man, come on, man. I
yeah.
think UConn is taking over for where Tennessee left off.
Facts.
So yeah,
So for me, I'm with you. I got UConn women has the most pressure, and for the men's, I picked the Florida Gators.
yeah, yeah,
Here's the reason why.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
because
I
I don't
could
like
see
the
that.
SEC.
I
Because
could
I don't
see
like
that.
the SEC. That's why. Only when it comes down to men's. I love them in the
Yeah,
women's, but men's like I don't let because
yeah, yeah.
the men got there are 10 teams in the
Hmm.
tournament for men that are representing the SEC, and you got a number one seed, and then you drop down to like 3, 4, 5, 6 seeds, right? Versus like the
Hmm.
Big 12 have 1 and 2s in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And so I
yeah,
think, they made it by way of just, being the SEC to make a number one seed. So now you got to prove it.
yeah,
Now you
yeah,
got to
yeah,
prove it. And that's my biggest thing, right?
yeah.
Arizona was my second one because of the Big 12 play and stuff like that, because the Big 12 play, unfortunately, wasn't what it used to be. Now, granted, you still got the like the Houstons over there and a lot of our Big 12 teams, Kansas are doing their
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
right? But that's just that. Now,
Hmm.
UConn women, here's the reason why I said they got the most pressure, Marcus.
Hmm.
They played nobody in the Big East. There was nothing. Like they're the only team in the Big East that's coming out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
had
You right.
they
You
had the
right.
easiest walkthrough. And I've been now, granted, they won last year. They,
Yeah,
what I'm saying, Page is gone. You still got Sarah Strong. You
yeah.
still got Azzy Fudd. But when they got to come up to those SEC teams, either
Hmm.
one or two things gonna happen. Either SEC teams are gonna be just punk drunk for beating each other up all season long, and they ain't gonna have
Yeah,
nothing left in the tank because you
yeah,
know what I'm saying. Because I'm telling you right now, UConn gonna walk through those first couple rounds. They're gonna
yeah,
finally
yeah,
meet
yeah,
their
yeah, yeah,
toughest
yeah,
opponent in the Elite Eight. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And
No,
and
you're
I think
right.
just
Yeah,
by shell shock, they can get through the Elite Eight into the Final Four, and then the Final Four they're gonna have to beat 2 back-to-back really really good teams. And the
yeah.
pressure's on them, number one, because of storyline of history. They've already been
Hmm.
slated to run it back. And the
Yeah,
people are
yeah,
overlooking that tough SEC conference over there. And like I said, they're
yeah.
gonna have to
That's the
get
C.
past LSU. They gotta get past in Texas. So hey, I mean they gotta get past
Ooh.
South Carolina and Texas by my
Yes.
bracket.
Yeah.
That's back to back. That's hard.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that takes a toll on you.
All right,
Yeah.
now here's which number one seed has which number one seed is most likely to get upset early, men's and women?
Mm.
I'm picking obviously the Florida Gators. I think because they got them.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
they can get
Florida.
upset
I'm
early.
going with Florida too. I'm going with Florida too.
Yeah. And the women's,
Florida's 20. Hey, Florida, you talking about Florida? Yeah, Florida's 26-7. So yeah,
yeah, like I said, the Big 12.
uh,
Oh, we got, was that G leaving
yeah,
another
with them.
comment? What G said? Oh, Iron's up and he said, Iron is saying, I can't get into college basketball anymore. Oh, wow. Please tell me why. Because you're a Cowboy fan. I get it. Cowboys can't stay out the news. I understand why you can't watch football, man.
He a football fan.
Yeah. Now for the women's side, like I say, I think for the guys, but for the women's sides,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be an all one Final Four. So I really ain't neither one of them gonna come out early, right? So it's gonna be all number one because So that's gonna be that for
I
the
can see
women's.
that.
Moving on to the next question. Now, we love storylines in college basketball. This you get the Cinderella stories. You get a lot of media attention. You know, we seen just so many crazy storylines. Right, last year was all about Kevin Sampson and can he take this unlikely group of guys, Houston, to win it all? They fell short. Right. Look at the women's side of things. Can Don Staley take down that UConn team? That storyline. Can a UConn team last year, which wasn't the best UConn team we've seen put together, can they add to the history? You know what I'm saying? It's just the storylines. We watched Juju Watson get hurt. You know what I'm saying? That was going to be a storyline last year. That like we love these storylines, right? This year, what do you think could be a good potential storyline from the men?
From the men?
Yeah.
Sampson again. Sampson win. U of H winning it all on a last second 3-pointer by Sharp. You know, that'll be the perfect storyline, man. You know, redemption.
Yes.
Redemption.
Yes.
Cause we need it. You know, we need it, man. I was sick, man. Last year, I was sick. I was hurt.
honestly think, you know, y'all know I'm a Big 12 fan. I can fan out of Big
Yeah.
12. And that when you look at what the men is doing right now, there's so many ways you can spin it, right? When everybody got their fan of their conference or the fan of their alma mater team, whatever team they like the most, there's so many different storylines you can connect to. But the fact that people have kind of pushed Houston to the side after getting there and falling short of success.
Yeah.
If they, because once they get that momentum and they make it to the Final Four, all eyes gonna be on Houston. If Houston gets to the fifth, forget who was there. I don't care if it's Duke is up there. I don't care if Florida's up there. I don't care if Arizona up there. But if you turn around and get Duke to the Final Four, that's all the world gonna be talking about.
That's the pressure that you talked about. Remember, you was like, "What team is going? If they get there, they're gonna have a lot of pressure."
It's absolutely what Jonathan said. I was just saying, the North and Enrique, when I fall in love with a team, I want the team to be there next season. I can't do these teams that are star players and are. So he basically said he don't like the one and done when it come down to basketball. What's your thought? What is the thought process of you know being in college, right? And this wasn't back in your day. The kids that they like when you play football, we don't see this much in football, but just put in that perspective, when you got a teammate, either you yourself or one of your teammates, y'all got a good thing going, and all of a sudden, one of the guys said, "Man, I'm out." Whether it be transfer portal, whether it be going to the next level, like what do that do to a team in college?
In college, when you gotta go, oh man, that and you know, depend. Well, you talking about a good player or just a?
Yeah. Well, obviously, we ain't talking about
player.
Yeah, we talking about a star player. We ain't talking about that guy.
Yeah.
Let's keep it. Yeah, the star player.
Let's clarify that. Let's clarify that. Because a player that's coming off the bench, he don't do nothing. You know, sometimes we'd be like, yeah, go ahead and move on. But no, star player transferring, that is especially a star player that you've built you have chemistry with.
Yeah.
You know, that's a vocal leader.
Yeah.
That's a leader on the field, but also a vocal leader that can have a huge impact on on a team, on a college team. And then you got to keep in mind, like on the collegiate level, it's almost like you're growing up with these guys. You understand what I'm saying? It's and so you let's say you spent 2 or 3 years, and then this is before, like you said, the NIL stuff where they're leaving right and left. But even 1 year, you build that bond. You know, you build that bond. You're learning. You're becoming a man. Really, you know what I'm saying. And so it's a huge impact, mentally, physically, emotionally, all the way across the day. I mean, all the way across the board.
Iverson said he missed the days where like the Fab Five, right? And it was like Allen Iverson that made me. It was Allen Iverson that made him love college basketball. Yeah, when you get that Fab Five run, them guys stayed together until they
Yeah.
couldn't. Those are the days you miss, But if you
And hey,
can,
keep in mind, I was in the Big East when he's talking about Allen Iverson. I was
yeah,
at Boston College. It was the Big East. Boston College
yeah,
was in the Big East, and when Allen Iverson was there,
yeah,
when basketball wise,
yeah, yeah,
I ended up transferring after my first year to Stephen F. Austin.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
went from you go from seeing Allen Iverson to seeing somebody from Sam Houston dribble the
yeah, yeah,
ball. You know what I'm saying? It's a little AI at Georgetown and that.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I was there when the Big East was rocking.
yeah.
Yeah, with AI and all of them, man. So yeah,
So what's the line drawn like when like if you can? I know this is you're not in modern day time. Well, you played back back in the 90s, but
yeah,
looking at these kids today, right? You got a star player in your squad. He's your star player. Everybody's looking up to this kid like a AJ Bedanza or Darius Acuff. We look at these guys, right? And then they get to the next level to the NBA.
hmm
You just win a national championship. Then your star player goes to the next level. Like, where's the line drawn, or how do you balance those emotions? Like, man, I'm proud of my guy, but we probably won't do as good next year without him on our squad. Like, how do you, as a player of that team, is it like, do you feel like you the pressure on you to step up, or what are these young minds going through, or even coaching, Because you want to
yeah.
be proud of them, get to the next level, but at the same time, you feel like you're hating. You be like, dang, bro, we could have ran it back. You know what I'm saying? And because here's the deal.
Nah.
With the introduction NIL, I can different when you trying to get the bag. Everybody go get the bag. Don't stay here. We good. But now you making 10, 15 million, and you're like, bro, you can't stay another year. I'm saying, like,
Nah, you're right. You're
that's
right.
a lot going on, man.
You talking about the modern? Now, would you say the modern day
Like
mindset?
I know,
Oh
if you,
man, modern day man. I just just seeing and observing. I'm not in their minds, but seeing and observing. It's like a microwave. We live in a microwave society.
yeah,
We
yeah,
live in a society where the attention span ain't long. You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah,
emotionally, I don't think it affects them as it used to affect,
mm,
people back in the. That's just me from
yeah,
the outside looking in. It's more like a hey, move on. That's a part of life.
yeah,
With the NIL, it's
yeah,
put a different twist on everything.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I could only imagine that everybody, the people, some of the players' mindsets are different now.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying regarding that? It's like, oh, okay, we just gotta suck it up. Let's move on.
And
Because when you're in an environment like that, think about it,
yeah,
E. When you're in an environment where you're seeing people, I'm using an analogy. When
yeah,
you're seeing people get on the bus and leave, like the bus is gonna come around again, and some people are gonna get on it and leave again. It's almost like you're conditioned to know that, hey, this is just the times we live in. This is just
yeah.
the mindset. This is just the environment we're in.
Yeah, yeah. And
You
Iron
know what I'm
piggyback.
saying?
Iron said this. He said, the way they just run through college without really being ready, and even then jump to the league. That's why the league is so watered down. He said, and let's
Yeah,
be honest. He said, let's be real. He don't think they like the game anymore. They just love the bag. And so he
yeah.
said,
Hey,
and that's
hey,
their
I agree.
mindset. Yeah,
I agree, man.
yeah.
I agree.
And that's
I'm,
crazy.
I'm
Like,
just being honest. I agree.
and that goes back to people like Victor Wembanyama, who didn't come through the USA of college. He come from France, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, playing in adult league, and like the Luka Doncic, who come from
Mm-hmm.
playing in adult league when he was 16, 17 year old and coming over here in his league. Like the international players are now taking over the league. You're looking at the
Yeah,
SGAs, the
yeah,
Luka
yeah, yeah,
Doncic, the Nikola Jokic, with Victor Wembanyama.
yeah,
They're really
yeah.
taking
Joker.
over as far as being the heart and soul. Right now,
Yeah.
the only thing we don't like is that the Nikola Jokic, what been 2-3 time MVP, whatever, 2 or 3 time, whatever. Now
Mm-hmm.
to the point he don't feel like he have to do as much because he's so head and shoulders above the talent. So he don't really
Yeah.
give up the show, but he's still getting buckets. Luka Doncic now done got so Americanized to where he acting like LeBron James. No disrespect to LeBron James fan, but he has a problem with complaining all the time, right? But he's still
Yeah.
such a star. You know what I'm saying? SGA is a guy who I love him, but he didn't grow up with trying to be the superstar. He grew up loving the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And somebody
Yeah.
asked this question a couple of weeks ago, Mark. They said, why is
Oh,
SGA
he
is
does
not
love the game.
he loves the game, right?
Oh
But
yeah.
people say that why is SGA not a household name? I said, because he's not putting himself out there to try to be a celebrity. He just loved to play
There you
basketball.
go. There you go.
You know?
Similar to Leonard.
Yeah, yeah,
Similar to
yeah,
Leonard, quiet. I mean, he's not quiet, but I mean, I'm saying the demeanor is more like, hey, hey, look, man, I'm just trying to play basketball. I'm trying to do my thing. I don't need the celebrity
yep.
status. I'm not into that. I don't,
His game
I'm
took a big hit once they forced him into celebrity.
yeah,
Playing over here
yeah,
with San Antonio, then going over and playing
yeah.
with the
When he went to
it's like
Toronto,
go to LA. Now they're trying to put his name in
yeah,
lights and
LA,
everything. And he's
exactly.
trying his best to shy away from that attention. Right.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
and people upset about it because they feel like that what Stephen A say, he said he's the worst superstar in NBA history. Kawhi Leonard is. And it's because he don't want to be a superstar. He don't want to, he want to just hoop.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
But when they're forcing you to be that guy, it's like I don't know.
Man,
I mean, I could do both, Mark, because I don't know about them. I could be a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? But some people
boy,
are built different.
Boy, you
What
already.
Iris said, he said, yeah, they don't. It's just street ball. He said, it's just street ball with officials. Well, no, it ain't street ball because I seen some street balls play harder than them guys. You know what I'm saying? And we play for free.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I
Yeah.
played cornerback. I played
Uh-huh.
defensive back. So, basketball wise, of course, I've seen. I think, like I said earlier about coaches. I'm really into coaches.
Yeah.
Studying coaches. I
Yeah.
think one of the best coaches now. The way he did things was a little off the charts, but Bobby Knight. He's a disciplinarian.
Yeah.
I like I said, I played under Tom Coughlin,
Yeah.
disciplinarian. I
Yeah.
remember first coming into the meeting, he was saying you got to sit up. I was slouching down. He told me,
Yeah.
I got to sit up. I remember coming to a meeting that was scheduled at 4 o'clock. I got there at 3:59. He said I was late. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And so this was going on before the NFL and people that were watching the NFL learned about Tom Coughlin. I was dealing with that at Boston College. So the disciplinarian type. But that's needed, man.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? That's needed, man. That's needed. Like nowadays, defensive wise, I say all that to say this, defensive wise, in the NBA, they don't play defense no more, man.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
that's obvious. They
Yeah.
do not play defense no more.
Also,
Bobby Knight would have, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Knight had his players boxing out, playing defense, playing
yeah.
hard. But that's what really, like what's his name made that comment,
Yeah. Yeah.
about the NBA. That's what really gets me upset is the
Yeah.
fact that, man, these guys are shooting wide open 3-pointers, wide open 3-pointers.
Yeah. I always say these players
How
today
you
are
shoot?
punks 65.
Yeah, exactly. But how you shoot? Now basketball, your deal. Now
Yeah.
I'm letting everybody know. I know I know you. Hey, I know you're a podcaster and you do the basketball, you do the
Yeah.
football, all sports. But
Yeah.
basketball is and I know you love football.
Oh,
But
yeah. Yeah.
playing wise, I played against you in basketball, and you a
Yeah.
great basketball player. So my thing is like, what's up, man? What's up? You see how in the world can you shoot wide open 3-pointers?
Yeah.
Like all day long in the NBA.
Right.
And you can't even do it in some of these 8-year-old leagues, man.
My,
You
my,
can't do it
my,
because they're going because the coach gonna get on the players and say, hey,
yeah.
that's why sometimes I like watching college basketball. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah. And that's the
I
reason
like watching
why
college basketball
anybody that knows
more
this
than the
show, man,
NBA.
Marcus, my slogan is this, my disdain about basketball, because you guys are complaining about playing and you get paid a lot of money to do what thousands and millions of people do every day for free. You're not going to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
people out there playing hard-nosed tackle, gridiron football every day, you know what I'm saying, because the risk of injury is a
You're right.
violent sport. But basketball,
Hmm.
all you got to do is look. Everybody is playing. You're talking about, me and my wife were talking about this earlier today. You're talking about,
Yeah.
oh, well, the guys don't want to play. And how can LeBron James be playing this level of basketball at 41? I said,
Yeah.
babe, I got 60-year-olds playing out there at a high level that I played in the gym with today. They got 40 in the other league. I said, so what he doing is at a high level is great. But being able to still play basketball at 41 years, I'm a young buck. I'm 48. I go to the gym. Hey, what up, young buck? I got 60. And I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about cats playing hard. Think about, we grew up at T.I., right? The Bobby O was playing at 38 years old.
Yeah.
You know how hard he used to play. When we was coming up there, he was our old school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these guys, so we've seen guys play hard-nosed basketball. I'm talking about shooting, dunking in their 60s. You know what I'm saying? Still out there, right? But we don't highlight these guys, and we make LeBron James doing it special. Now, it's special because we haven't seen it in the modern NBA because usually cats get out of the league. But, man, no, this game is real.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion on that.
Hey, I've always
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
I said that's the reason why I watch WNBA more, because these women, they don't have the athleticism that men have, obviously, right? But they come to play hard basketball.
Yes, I agree. I agree on that. That's why I like WNBA and college basketball. That's where, if you can get an NBA team to play with the same intensity as some of these WNBA college teams.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they'd be phenomenal. They would be phenomenal.
Iris said LeBron James last because he didn't play 82 games. He only played 50 and 60. That's real talk, man. But man, that's our show for the episode. I think I got one more question. First of all, well, two questions. We already answered one about who we think will win it all. We both say Houston, right? But the competition wise, who would have the best Final Four, the men's or the women?
Women.
Facts.
South Carolina, UConn, Texas, LSU.
LSU, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You
or
got
UCLA, either LSU or
UCLA.
UCLA, but yeah. All number ones. UCLA, Texas, South Carolina, and UConn. I think they'll all be number ones, and it's gonna be it's gonna be fun to watch. But it's gonna be crazy. For those of you who've been joining the FairWeather Fan, man, this time, man, we thank you for G, we thank you for Lou for joining on, man. We thank you guys for really getting into the comment section, man. Aaron, we appreciate you, brother, man. Good seeing you for the first time, man. Remember, Aaron, remember what I always told you. I need you to remember what I always tell you, Aaron. It's hard to be big when little got you. That's all. That's my little that's my little man joke for Aaron. Yeah, but I love him, man. That's my brother, man. But Marcus, man, you got any final thoughts for the people, final words for the people before we log off this evening?
Man, this was an honor to be on this podcast, man. I've been watching for a little while, and you've told me about it, and it was truly a pleasure getting on. And I like, is it Ira?
Yeah, Iron, yeah.
Iron, yeah. I like that brother, man. That brother, can you smell the air? I like that brother, what he brings to the table. But I just enjoyed myself. Thank you for having me.
Ira was in the singing group that I was in. You remember the singing group I used to be in back in the day? I was one of the members of the singing group.
He wanted the Temptations, man.
Well, we was better than the
boys and men. I'm sorry.
We was better than the boys and men.
He's one of the boys a bit.
Yeah, we was better than all them.
That's your hair.
Yeah, we just had bad management. That's all. We just had bad management. Yeah. Final thoughts for your boy EC22, man. Listen, get your brackets done now. It don't matter if you ain't been watching. I know I shamed you guys who don't watch college basketball until now. I know I shamed you early, but that's okay. Go ahead and get your brackets now. Fill out multiple brackets so you can seem smart, so you can always lie and tell your friends that you had it right the first time, which you didn't. But anyway, go ahead and go out there and get your brackets. It's fun. Man, listen, the NFL free agency has been crazy. If you've been living under a rock, you don't know what's going on in NFL free agency, please go to ESPN, Google, do something, man. But there has been some crazy things. We already talked about Jaden Waller going to Denver Broncos, but that's to say the least of everything that's been going on. And, man, the WNBA, y'all, get this deal done. We do not want to have a lockout season because, man, if you don't know the timeline, they're going to have, as soon as they get the deal done, Marcus, they got to turn around and have an expansion draft with the Toronto team as well as the Portland team. Then they got to turn around and have a free agency because 80% of the women in WNBA don't have contracts because they knew the collective was coming. So all of them signed one-year contracts. So you still got to get these teams filled. We don't know who's going to be on which team. So it's going to be a total different look when they get this thing started. Then you got to have a training camp. Then you have to have an NCAA draft. So you got expansion team draft, free agency, WNBA draft, training camp, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to get into this thing. All this before May.
Whoa.
We're in the thick of things right now. So they need to get this deal done real quick and hurry. Otherwise, it's going to be a lockout. Let's see. Somebody got some last comments coming through. Our last comments is Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. Maybe. Wow. He said, start talking about my brother. Yeah, but bad management. But yo, man, that's been your boy EC22 along with our brother, man, the real Marcus Allen, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Until next Tuesday, man, we'll see you here 6:00 p.m. here on Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok, man. But until then, for myself, EC22, the FairWeather Fan, and your boy all the way down from H-Town, Marcus Allen, man. We're throwing up the deuces, man. Until we then, we'll see you guys next week. We are